Hello everybody. Shut up. Hello everybody, my name is Last Night I Dreamt, and today we're going to be reviewing the Lego Typewriter. Alright, this set is for 18 plus, the set number is 21327, and it comes with 2,079 pieces. And this set comes with a total of 11 bags, as well as an extra bag for this big piece and a bunch of these long axles, and protection for the instructions. In the protective box, we have our sticker sheet, which it looks like there's only 2 stickers, which is really nice. I'm really glad that they didn't have a whole bunch. As well, we have whatever this is. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, okay. So, what this is a piece of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to rip the page out. So we have all the different numbers. This is English, Arabic, Bulgarian, and so on and so forth. There's 43 different languages. So what you do is you would tear this out and you can put it in the typewriter to look like you're typing something. So that's really neat. And of course we have our instruction sheet. I'm really glad that this instruction sheet is not the plain boring white. Also on the back there's a QWERTY, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna get started on the first bag. Alright, and that was bag 1, and pretty much we just have a bunch of these. We made a bunch of different things. Not really a whole lot to say about them, but it was kind of a pain in the butt to do all of that, but okay, and that was bag 2, and we can already start to see where the keys are gonna go. This was kind of a pain in the butt to build, if I'm honest. It was very complicated, but it looks really cool. I'm excited to see how it turns out. But yeah, very complicated to build. This is definitely for advanced builders only. I would not recommend this set if you are not an experienced builder, because this is extremely complicated. But it looks pretty cool. I'm excited, so I'm going to go ahead and do bag 3 now. Okay, and that was bag 3. Not a whole lot actually done, really just sticking all of the keys into the sockets. Not a whole lot to say other than it looks really cool. I think it looks really, really neat. The keys don't press exactly the way that I would expect them to, but also there's really nothing connected to them, so I'm assuming, or I'm hoping, that that kind of tightens up and feels a little bit more realistic, because as it stands, it feels a little wobbly, I guess. So anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Alright, and bag 4, we fleshed out the frame here and added a space bar. So that looks really cool. One thing that is a little weird is the big green axles are kind of sticking out at the end. And it seems like there's a little bit of space here, and I'm trying to push it through, but it's not going very well for some reason. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on that axle, so it does make sense. But yeah, it's just a little annoying that it's not quite tight, and it's just kind of bugging me how off-centered it is. So hopefully we can get that fixed up, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the next bag. Okay, and that was bag 5. We worked on the back a bit, and we added this thing right here, and anytime we press a key, it pushes this up. So I'm assuming that this is going to be sort of like the hammer that's going to act as the typer. So that's actually pretty cool that it's starting to, you know, work and do stuff. That's pretty cool. Okay, and that was bag 6, and we added the hammer here to, you know, that's gonna go forward and like hit the piece of paper to like actually type. So that's pretty cool. But whenever I press the key, it doesn't have any sort of mechanic to have it come back. You have to do it manually for now. So I'm hoping there's some way that they're gonna fix that. But for right now, I mean, it looks pretty cool. Okay, and that was bag 8. I'm going to give you a top-down view because I feel like it's going to be a little bit more beneficial for you. So this is actually really cool. Okay, so this right here, this stops it from going left at all. So it can't go left because whenever you type, that makes it go left. And the keys actually kind of straighten themselves out now, so that's really cool. But then you get to the end of how far it can go, and then you can push it right. So you can, you know, you type your stuff, whatever. I'm just gonna do this because it's a little easier. You're typing, and then it eventually like runs out. You push it back just like a real typewriter. That is so neat. That is so cool. I'm really hype about that. This is really, really cool. I'm not even done with it yet, but just the mechanical side of it and just this moving on its own, just whenever you type and then you push it like a real typewriter, just the accuracy of it, that's so neat. Okay gamers, that was bag 8, and you can really tell that this is really starting to take shape. I really like this. It just, oh, it looks so good. I love it. I'm really excited. So I'm gonna keep going here. Okay, and that was bag 9, and we have this system in play. I'm not exactly sure where this is gonna go. I think it's to hold the paper back here. But this looks really cool, and the sticker is really nice. It has like a serial number and everything, and it sticks on pretty well. But they use like a chair here, which is an interesting building technique. I wouldn't have expected a chair to be used here, but this looks pretty cool. I'm excited to see exactly where it goes. There's even some wheels in here. I'm not exactly sure what those are for, so let's see. Okay, and we stuck the thing on here, and it's really neat. So same as before, the typing still moves it over a little bit, and then you have to push it back. But it's really cool. I like the chrome plates on here, around here. Right here you can see there's details, and that's chrome. Same with on this side, and then this side right here, there's this barrel piece, and that rotates this big black bar here. So that's really neat. Also, be sure to follow the instructions carefully if you do get this set, because I accidentally forgot to add this piece right here and this piece right here, and then same on the outside, this piece and this piece. So I had to go back and take a little bit of this apart to add those pieces in. So even us professional Lego builders make mistakes every now and again and forget to read steps. So just be sure to read the instructions carefully and make sure you're getting everything done. That is the typewriter fully completed. It looks fantastic. It's actually kind of big. It's bigger than I thought it would be, just width wise. But it looks so good. One thing that I thought was a little funky is any key that you press activates just the middle hammer. These ones around the sides don't do anything. They're just there for looks. I mean, that would be really, really complicated to do that. But I think it looks pretty cool, and just the sliding mechanic and the sounds that it makes, like the clacketiness of it, and just like whenever you're typing stuff, this moving just a little bit, and then just that sound, that sound sounds really, really cool. The shift keys don't really do anything, neither does the backspace key. You can see here, you can press these as much as you want, they don't really do anything. The keys are the only thing that really change anything. But this moving around, it's all really, really cool. And there's this nice little ribbon here. I think that's a cool detail. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our letter. Okay, so the way that you're supposed to insert the paper, so if you have it like this is the top, you load it in, put it backwards, and then you insert it down that way, and then you can roll it with the barrel on the side, and then it'll come up like that. Okay, feedback on the whole letter thing. They have a table of contents here on the front page, but there's no numbers on any of these pages. So if you don't know what language this is, there's no number to be like, oh, okay, so if I want, let's say you want Russian or something like that. The only way that you could find that is by going through page by page and counting them. I mean, you could go backwards, but still, it seems like they should have numbers on them, or at least there was no numbers that I could see anywhere. So I feel like they should have changed that a little bit. English is at the very top, it's the very first one, but I wanted to go with Italian just in case I wanted to sell this one to somebody else or something like that. They probably want the English version, so I left the English one there so I can sell it later on. So I went with Italian because I personally am trying to learn Italian. So I went with this one. Okay, well, this doesn't really go in as well as I had hoped. In the picture here, it kind of goes like halfway down the page, but I could only get it to go about that far in. Also, as far as this goes, I feel like, so what they did is they added perforations at the top of each page. So right here, for example, we have, I don't even know what this is, but the perforation is here. Personally, I feel like they should have flipped it so the perforation was at the bottom of the page, because the perforation kind of leaves not very smooth. It's kind of jagged here. So I feel like they should have had it on the bottom of the page because that's going to be stuck into the typewriter. And then it wouldn't be nearly as visible, whereas this one is going to be mostly visible. So I don't exactly know why they made the perforation on the most visible side and not the one that's going to be stuck in the typewriter. But hey, the keys don't exactly, it's not like a 100% guarantee that it's going to work every single time. It's not like really, really functional. It works and it does what it's supposed to, just not with 100% accuracy. So that's a little bit of a drawback, but this is Lego. So there's no points off for that. It's just kind of like I don't want anybody to have any false expectations that this works really, really well and it's like gonna work as a typewriter. It's not. It's a prop. It's Lego. Another thing I don't really like, aside here you can see these 3 brown bits that stick out. I don't know why they chose to make those brown. It's an axle piece with a flat end. I get why it's brown because that's normally the color of those pieces, but I feel like they should have made it the same color as all of the typewriters so they didn't stand out as much. And the other thing is just that these kind of stick out, these axles right here stick out a little more than I like them to. I tried and struggled to get them to be flush, but it's not working out very well for me, so I'm just going to leave it as is and just try not to display that very much. So other than that, I think this set is really cool. Just listen to this sound. Ready? Oh, it's such a really, really satisfying noise. I think overall this set is really cool. I love the sounds, I love the design, I love the color. I have a pretty positive outlook on this set, clearly, but just, it's so satisfying. I love the sound that this makes. So for the price for this set was $250. Honestly, I feel like they're overcharging a little bit. I feel like maybe 200 would be a little more accurate. I feel like 250 is a bit much. So I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. No minifigures for this set. It is a Lego Ideas set. Not that Lego Ideas don't always have minifigures, but I feel like they could have had maybe a minifigure of the inventor of the typewriter or even the designer of the set or something like that to have, you know, just like stand on the typewriter. I think that would have been pretty cool. But there's no minifigures. There isn't necessarily a need for minifigures, so no points off for that. So I'd say just a wash. So for the build itself, I think this set is really, really cool. There's a lot of really neat details. The design of this set, this looks really cool. I'm really, really glad that they didn't use stickers. So for these pieces anyway, I mean, they had a sticker here and on the back, which that's fine. But I'm really glad that they didn't use stickers for the keys. If they had, I probably would have just sold this set because there was no way I was doing stickers for all of these keys. I'm glad that they didn't do that. And there's lots of really, really cool details, and just the accuracy of this looks really, really cool. I've not personally used a typewriter, but I've seen them and I've played with them as a kid because my family had one. So this looks pretty accurate. And just like the feel of it, honestly, it's strangely accurate. So, you know, props on that. That looks fantastic. And I really love the use of the letter and just having a bunch of different languages that you can tear out and put in. I think that's really cool. I feel that they should have had the perforation on the bottom of the page and not on the top of the page, but oh well. So for the build itself, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. This set is pretty solid. It looks really accurate, and I really love the technical bits on the inside. I really, really like that it's functional and it's not just things that are plastered on to make it look good. The sounds that it makes is so accurate and is really, really cool. And it looks accurate. It feels functional. It looks so realistic. It's a solid set. So for the overall experience, I'd say this was a good set. I would say it was worth it. I enjoyed building it. It took quite a long time, as it is a pretty big, expensive set. I think it definitely is very complicated, so I would not suggest this for anybody that's like younger than 18. Like, this was a very complicated set, and you have to be an experienced builder if you're going to attempt this. But overall, I'd give it, honestly, almost a 10 out of 10. Just a few points off for just minor details. I'd give it like a 9.5, maybe even a 9.8. It's very solid. I really, really like this set. I'm gonna have to knock off a whole point for like maybe gouging the customer a little bit. I feel like it maybe should have been 200 or maybe even 220, around that range, not 250. I feel like it was a little overpriced for what you're getting. But still a very solid set, well designed, well executed, great color. I really, really like this set, and I would highly, highly suggest it for anybody who really likes Legos, and especially Lego Ideas. This set looks fantastic. I'm very pleased with it. That is the end of this video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.